Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. I'd like to do a little bit of a share. I'm hoping it doesn't go past my 25 minutes. And I'll just do a quick share before I go through the rest of it. But I'd like to share with you an elephant journal. Now this is a gifted journal. I've made this for a member of the family. And they've just adopted an Asian elephant and overseas. So every month, she sends money over and that, and she's just got all her paperwork and stuff because she loves elephants, and I didn't realise it. And I thought, I might just make her a journal. She doesn't know anything about journals, so this will be a great little introduction for her. It's only small and compact, but I thought as a start, I didn't want to overwhelm her. So I've used my papers, and you might remember when I made these from magazine pages that you just tear up and then collage onto a big sheet and then just wipe over with acetone to get the print off. But you're left with some beautiful colours and also the dark edges from wiping over. You can still see just a little bit of a pattern, the pattern of a magazine paper just there. So yes, I did a bit of a collage on the front. This is packaging paper, one of my waxed really dark papers, and then I've actually popped a book plate on it. And I was lucky enough to was gifted a whole heap of stamps from another member of the family that lives up in Queensland in Toowoomba, and she's a card maker. And lo and behold, there was an elephant stamp on it because I just didn't have anything. And then I used half of a circle of this metal filigree there. And I used some pretty braid and a buckle that's laying around as a closure to keep it closed. But you can just slip it off because it's not attached. So the only thing that I bought in this was the glue and some little elephant charms. And they were silver, and I just had to paint them gold because I've got the book corners on here. So yes, it's just a little narrow spine, probably just over half an inch. So yes, and I've popped in some braid there and stitched right around. Okay, just love this texture. I've still got a few available just in different colours. So yes, so let's venture in. So I've coloured these pages in a way to go with the whole concept of elephants. I mean, it's really hard because some are grey, some are like a brown, some are like a browny grey. And I know there's it varies from African elephants and Asian elephants, and I just can't get my head around of what the difference is. I think it has something to do with the ears. But anyway, I just put something together that I found. So here I've made some envelopes from the paper, and I did a bit of stamping, and I've got this stamp with the trees and stuff, so I've coloured them sort of in on the stamp and then just stamped on it, so that was pretty cool. Yes, and I've just popped in some tags in here, and then this one here flips up and it has another envelope with a tree, and I've put the bookkeeper's bookmaker's note in there to tell her all about how to use this journal. And here I've made a collage to see if I can bring this in a bit. Collage and a map, packaging paper, some cheesecloth, and of course I printed this out on coffee dyed paper. I got these images from Pinterest. And here I've made a tuck spot. Here I've had some a black file folder, and I've made a tuck spot just there, and I've popped on this little one of my tags. This is a clothing tag. It's a miller's tag for the ladies here in Australia. They make great little tags because they're quite sturdy. That just pops in there. And I had some of this paper because I ripped this off to make a pocket, so I took the top part and put it on the top there. And I've put I wrote out and about with my fancy little pen, fabric pen. And look at this image. And I printed this out on this colour paper. Did a bit of stamping of a leaf, and I didn't cut any of the pages off. I thought it would lend itself so she's got extra page, extra paper to journal on. Another one here, and here's the little tabs, and these are the little charms, little elephant charms. I'll just see if I can zoom in that one. Aren't they cute? So yes, so it's probably the only thing that I bought, and I had to paint them because they were silver. So she's got 4 elephant charms just hanging out of this journal, little tabs. So plenty of writing in here because she is a writer. And here I've just used a little ball clip, nothing fancy. And it's just another envelope. Today's a special day, so she might want to put her something special in there for the elephant. And just there, and that just tucks in here. And I've just put that ball clip on there just to secure it. And another little memories, little cloth. But don't we just love these patterns? And I can't even remember what colour I used when I made this. Here's an envelope, golden envelope, and I did a bit of a collage there. Look at me, and look at this tag. Isn't it just gorgeous, playing with this huge ball? And again, it's just packaging, and I just put some lines on the back so she knows that she can write on this. Yes, and that is a collage of dictionary paper. This is of a magazine, embroidery magazine. I think it was doing long stitch. And then this little snip, this beautiful little picture from Pinterest. And of course I just made a little pocket there. And on here I've got some more journaling writing paper in there for her to write in. Have a tab. Here's a bit of a nice little stenciling, but when you take it out, the tree's complete. Okay, and you know, plenty of writing, all pretty well heavy colour dyed. Just love how all this turned out. I just can't for the life of me remember what I sorry, what I used. Here I've used a CD folder, of course, and again, happy. And I've actually stuck that on the inside, so if she wanted to, you know, she can put some, I've stuck that on this side, so if she has a photo, she can put that in there. And if she doesn't, well, that'll just show up in there. And then you just pop that over, and it's got a little smile. Just got that out of a magazine. And it's a 3-stitch pamphlet stitch. Yeah, I've used a rustic paper clip, and I got this lovely little postcard, and I got this from Strings and Scissors. I've actually made a purchase through an Etsy shop here in Australia. Thank you, Deborah. So, and I thought, oh, elephant, yes please. So I've popped that in there. A little bit of stamping just there. Birds in flight, leaves, the sun. On the side of the envelope. And I fussy cut out this little elephant, look. And some more just paper in there to journal on. And then here I've made a little flip. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. That is so true in our everyday life. It is so true. A little bit of stamping. Here I've had this lovely cloth, and to me it looks like the skin of an elephant. I don't know, but just the sort of texture of it, I suppose. And I've just made that into a flip, and I've just did a stamp on there for the month. Yeah, so I didn't want to overwhelm her, so I thought, well, you know, I'll just keep it fun and lots of journaling in there. And here I've made a couple of tuck spots because I had some of this left over. I didn't want to waste it. So this one is a pocket. Let's play. And again, I've popped lines in the back. Did a bit of stamping, and this is just like a tuck. And I've popped in an index card that she might need. And also she can tuck something in here if she wanted to. So yeah, so little elephant journal. I'll be posting it off next week. I've got to get in contact to just confirm her address. She doesn't know she's getting it, so I'll be contacting her mum. So that's that. And then I've been busy. Someone's asked me about how I collect stuff when I make a journal. And the first part is I just pile it all on a tray, the fabrics that I need, and then I put things together, and then I store it in one of these, bags, sorry about the glare, that you get sheets in or towels in and stuff. And when I finish with them, I actually use the plastic as well. So let me show you. I've made a whole heap of ephemera, and I'm not sure whether because I was going to make a journal, but I just don't seem to have the time at the moment. The last one I've made, I was lucky to get that done. So, but I've made a lot of ephemera, and then someone asked me if I can make them some ephemera, and I'm thinking, well, maybe making an ephemera box of goodies. I know a lot of ladies doing it out there, and these are all from recycled and handmade items. So I think it just lends itself, so when you do have an ephemera box, that a lot of it's handmade, and a lot of ladies do it, which I think is fantastic. So this one is I've done this as a cover for a journal. It can be a botanical journal. I've got the name for this one. It's called My Garden. But like I said, I'm not sure if I get a chance to make it, because it's going to be quite a while. So, and if I don't, I might make an ephemera box complete with all these goodies. But isn't this just gorgeous? It's from a golden book. The book itself was in tatters, so I couldn't save much there. And this was off the back. I think it was it the back or something else? I can't remember, because I collected this last year, and I'm going to make a tag out of it, so I haven't finished with that one. So that's that. And of course, I decoupage over book pages, and then cut them out with my machine now. So, and I've just got to back it. So I'm just leaving all these to give me sort of, if I need more, I can just finish it off. Here's one of these envelopes I made madly a long time ago, and I've popped in some buttons that might be relevant for the journal. This is a little bee button and little mushroom house, some flat buttons. Let me have a look here. Butterflies, dragonflies. A lot of these have been gifted to me as well. I love these little ladybugs. I think they're going to be so cute. Even just giving me an idea then. You can put a little it looks as though she's picking that up. But yeah, so little ladybug. So, this is what I do just to have it organised. Like, once I get it all going, but when you create, we know our table is messy. Envelope, Origin envelope, which is already brown. You get them here in Australia. And I just went mad on collaging. I've used the spine of a little golden book, some loofah fabric, that stretchy net fabric from loofah, some handmade papers. Here I did a bit of collage with music paper. I just went crazy. Yes, spring was in the land. Make this season memorable. So, yes, and this is off a fruit bag, and I've made little corner here, and I saved the inside of the foil of the butter containers, gold and silver, and then I cut them out and make little corner protectors. Here I've got a tag. This was gifted to me. I can't remember who that was. Left it plain at this stage. Here I've made another tag and I did a collage, so I've left that plain until I get to a stage. If I need another tag, I've got one ready. Here I have made a couple of tags, and this one's a side one, and I've dried my own flowers. Isn't this beautiful? Now this is I'm just trying to think if I can get a white piece of paper. Just bear with me. Isn't that just super? Let's see if I can zoom in without it going out of focus. Sorry about the glare. So yes, I did a collage. So what I've done is I've got this die cut. So I've used the small version, the medium version, and then I did the small version, but I've sort of tore the edges off to make it fit. And this flower is a really special flower because, oh dear, when it grows, what's underneath you can eat. Any gardeners out there? It's from a potato plant. So when my potatoes started flowering, I couldn't believe it. I just had to pick them. And some are purple, some are white. So yeah, so that's a flower from my potato plant. Potatoes have been eaten now, but the flower is intact. So how cool is that? And on the back I've just did a bit of a cutout there. And then this one is dried flowers. Someone gifted me a bag of pink and red dried flowers and stuff. Very thick. I squashed it and squashed it and squashed it till I couldn't squash it again. So, but it looks really cool, hey? Again, I've done the larger die cut and then the other size, and I've just torn this paper around. So used one of my cloth tickets and then a bit of stamping, and I sewed around it. So you can journal on the back of these. So I love doing these little window ones. I've actually gone mad on them. You'll see in a minute. Here I've made a little envelope, and it's made from baking paper, but what I did is I waxed it with lavender candle wax and then scrunched it up to get that crinkly effect. And here I've just put bits and pieces that were on my table, little mason jars, and that I might be able to use as I go along. And I'll probably use this as well because I've made it so it's green and pink, so that'll probably go in the journal. Then I've made a book page pocket. Here I've cut out some hearts a while ago out of this magazine paper, and I've kept the cutouts, thinking, well, I might be able to use that, and I've popped it on here. And on here is just some bits and pieces that I might use in the journal, okay? This is a genuine little bottle brush tag. I bought some bottle brushes last year and I kept the tags, so that can go in there. So I'll probably do a backing on that tag so you can journal on it. Here is a little pocket of a napkin, decoupage napkin. I can't remember who gifted that to me. This is all op shop finds. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, sorry, ladies. I've got to what's this? But that looks great. I've had this for about a couple of years, and when I found it, I thought, well, okay, you're going to get used now. And that just goes back in here. And I've got another one here, little stickers. Okay, just like that. I think they're going to lend themselves quite nicely. I'll probably be able to work around these sort of things. So that goes back in here. So that can be just popped on the journal page. And then I've made this little booklet out of an index card with scrappy little bits and pieces inside of an envelope, just papers that I had floating around. Did a bit of decoupage, and I actually sewed this in with a 3-stitch pamphlet stitch. Just goes in here. Then one of these little Fandangle pockets. I can never remember the name of how you fold these. I'll just say an origami pocket envelope. And I've punched out a whole heap of circles from this coffee dyed cardstock. And because I wasn't going to use the back of it. And this is going to be like, you can use it as a tuck spot. So you can pop something behind it. And I've just popped that in there to remind me. Okay, this comes out. Where did that come out? I think it came out of here. Little mason jars. I actually hand cut these. Oh dear, how tedious was that? Okay, another envelope, decoupaged envelope, and I've popped in some tags, okay, various tags that I might be able to use. And this, believe it or not, is from Bunnings. It's a sample of bench top. Okay, so yes, and I thought, oh, I could use that, and I just fussy cut little plant design and put that on there. Here I've made a book page, and it goes this way, and I've made it into a little fold-out door. This is from a magazine, and I've cut them out. They're all heavy coffee dyed, and just fold them around because that's going to go on a page like this, and you open it up, and then you can journal on either side. Bingo card from my Tim Holtz paper pad that I bought a while ago that I shared it myself. I think it was beginning of the year. And a butterfly, and then you can just journal on that as well. Here I've used a paper bag that I coffee dyed. I actually coloured this with turmeric, and it was too yellow, so I've browned it a little bit. And because it was too long, I folded it up, and I created a pocket. Did a bit of a collage. It's the inside of an envelope. Just love how that blue comes out. Cheesecloth and out of a magazine. And this is the end of an envelope, okay. Had the postage stamp on it. I didn't want to throw it away. I used a bit of a tea bag and did a bit of stamping. And in it, it's got a scrappy little notebook, okay. So that'll go on a corner of a page somewhere. So you see this is still the envelope there. So that's that one. And that goes back on the front. And then in the back, I've created a huge belly band. This came out of, this was, can't remember, a food packaging that had those belly band sort of cardboards around them. And it was just a perfect size because most of them are quite long, and I've kept it. And I can't remember what it was from. I did this early last year, and did a bit of decoupage on it, okay? So, not decoupage, bit of collage, and just music paper. And you can still see the packaging here, cooking instructions. So, yes. And then I've made a belly band. Someone gifted me all these little stick-on things, and I just used a piece of cardstock, covered it with book paper, and then just stuck these little flower pots on it. I browned them because they were really bright. Wonder, happy, believe. And did a bit of collage with various fabrics and papers. Okay. And then that just sits in the back here. And here come my flowers. Now this is from our garden, and these are winter weeds. They're a real pest in the winter. We got rid of a lot of them over the years that we've been here. But when they come out, they have beautiful, beautiful yellow flowers. So I ended up picking one. They have lost some of their colours because the flower petals were a lot thicker. And but anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so I did the packaging, this really thick plastic, which was this bag here that I showed you. Little Tim Holtz girl just here. And what I've done is I've put some writing space on there so you can actually use it. This is a alcohol white baby cloth that had all the paints on it and come out pretty grungy. And this is the other side of the flower, bloom from within. And again, so you can journal on the tag itself. Here is a tag that this is from a magazine, and I did a collage, some green paper, and I had some of my painty papers, and I backed it onto that. Little butterfly, little snippet, and it's stitched around. Here I've made this is a time card, and I also bought this from Deborah from Strings and Scissors. Thank you, Deborah. And I bought them because maybe go down memory lane. I used to use a few of these in my sewing days. We used to have to bundy on, and my number was 211. Click, click. And so, yes, I brought back a lot of memories, and I thought, no, I'd like to purchase some of these. And I've made it into a pocket tag, so I just folded it up because it was quite long. I used an old envelope that came from Canada, and it had a Mr. and Mrs. And this envelope I found in an op shop. So, yes, I thought, oh, I'd love to be able to use this, and it just lended itself. And this is a bit of vellum. I've got a little piece of vellum left that's got hearts on it, so I just cut the heart out just to show Canada there. It's my mum and dad, when they migrated to Australia. Before that, my dad wanted to migrate to Canada. And it's quite funny. And my mum said, well, that's got a lot more snow than Germany. No, I want to go to a country where the sun shines 24 hours a day. And that's how we ended up in Australia. And I did a tag here. And this is a piece of vellum ticket cut out from a magazine, and another clothing tag. I mean, how cool is that? And I've popped in a brad, which is a little dragonfly. And just some sticks, and I used some diamond dots here. And yes, and you can journal on the back. So here's another tag. Here I did some fuzzies, thread fuzzies, and I've made it into a bow because I collect them as well. I'll just show you what I've got. Just bear with me. This is my bag of fuzzies, okay? So I keep all my threads from crocheting and things like that. So that's what I used. And yes, this is from the Tim Holtz pad, as well as this. Did a napkin collage over the book page, and I actually did some French knots on here. And then on the back, I've put an Australia stamp on it and a little journaling spot just there. And then on the back, it's the French knot as well, but just in a different way. So that come out, I really like that. That come out really cool. And here's another one. This is a different tag. This is a rice paper that I've actually collaged onto a book page. And I had this for years. Someone gifted this, and I finally thought, no, I might use this. Some curtain fabric, some stamps, and some tea bag. And here I've done, it's a geranium petal, and here's my potato plant petal and another geranium petal. And the geraniums I've got just here. Aren't they cool? Because I want to make some with the slides, and I've got some film slides and I want to make them. And here's some more. Oh, this is the Teppuccino. I call it not Teppuccino, the YTT bush. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow bush, and it gets the white flowers, lavender, and then purple. Well, I've done some of these, and they're just so pretty, and they're ready to be used. So yeah, so the geranium flowers and my potato plant bush. And I used some stitched around it, but what I did, I had some tissue paper with some writing on it, and I used that as a backing this time so that you could use the whole tag. Now this is a postcard, okay, and you can still see the writing on here. So what I've done is I've done the same thing. I've cut it out and I've used some of these. Now someone sent me a whole heap of this, and I can't remember who it was, but anyway, this a while ago. So I cut it out and put that in there because it just lent itself with that scenery. And then whatever I cut out here, you know, waste not, want not, I use it as a tag and made this into a little tuck spot. Okay, so I've glued the card together except for this so that you can use this because that was in there like that. Okay, and then you just pop that back in there. And then on the back of it, I've made a little flip. And this is a photo, and I do believe this came from Bonnie and Clive. Spring is nature's way of saying, let's party. And I got this out of a magazine. So yeah, so I thought that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed doing that. Actually, I've got a couple of more cards. I might do the same thing. Here I've made I really got carried away. I was going to make this like a writing board, put in the journal. Probably can still use it. I just went crazy with a collage of stamps, magazine. This is off a wine bottle. We're having some wine last year, and I kept the label because I really like that. It was cool. And I made some pop some plain paper on it so you can actually journal on it, you know, because I went crazy. And that's the other bit of the wine bottle. So yeah, these are my rose petals from the garden. Okay, they're like that. All right. And then I've made another one. I tell you, I'm getting carried away. It's packaging. It was a really big piece, and I thought, oh, it's a shame to cut it up because it's still long. It's still short enough to go into a journal because it only measures just under 8 inches. So yeah, so I did a bit of collage, napkin, and I've put an old playing card in here, and this is actually a real feather from one of the birds out here. Just like that. And I used one of the skeleton leaves. I've had that for yonks. This came out of a magazine, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I did some diamond dots around the bird. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Flip it over, you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Bit of cheesecloth underneath. And I'll stitch right around, of course. Absolutely love it. I really enjoy making these. I might make some and put them in my Etsy store. Here is a book page that I put a napkin on. I've got an when I keep all my books, if I have a napkin, I just put the napkin over and put it aside. And then when I want it, look through my book and say, oh yeah, I can use that. I can take the page out. And a bit of collage. I think that's, I don't know what you call those little things here, tiny little thing. Is it antelope or something? But anyway, just love the font with the flower. Popped on this big butterfly and a little cloth butterfly. And I actually then attached some paper, heavy stained colour paper that I made, and left it a hinge so that you can actually use it as a flip. Okay. Here I've used a magazine made into an envelope and strengthened the other side with another magazine page. And in here I've got something out of a magazine, something to read, and this is in German. As a vintage botanical card here, and then this was off a greeting card, and I just fussy cut that out. And you can journal on this, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna use it. But like I said, I collect all these, put it all together, and then I've got a variety of things that I can use in this journal. Or I might just make an ephemera box. This is out of a little golden book. Just love this little photo here, and I've left it so you can make a flip, so you know you can put something on it. I think it might have been a little prayer book, God is love. But yeah, so that's that. And then the only thing that's new is probably this one. That's because it was gifted to me from a family member in Queensland, in Toowoomba. And I thought, well, that goes with this. And then I've already selected some doily, bit of offcuts of what I might use in the journal. And that includes one of these. I've got a pink one as well that I've got to find. So that's that one. And then, of course, ruffles, you know. I might try using up, I've got a lot of ruffles. So, yeah, that's what I do when I get prepared to make a journal, or, you know, or maybe just an ephemera box. So I hope you enjoyed my share for the day. The sun's out now, which is great. That means the washing needs to be done, and I'll be back in the garden. So thank you for your support, and welcome to all my new subscribers. I can't believe I reached 900, and when I get to 1,000, well, I'll be able to do these videos live, which is just awesome. You know what you got to do. Keep crafting, stay safe, and be happy. Bye for now.